What's up, YouTube? I got my package. That external hard drive. Oh shit, 3 terabyte. Toshiba. Hopefully it's good. Easy setup. Easy setup. 1 year limited warranty. Alright. Just plug and play. Drag your files. And this is a big ass cord, 6-foot cord. I don't know if I need it, but it was only a couple bucks, so I figured fuck it. USB plug. Hard drive plug. You're fucking kidding me, man. What's up with this tape? Dude, if I didn't have any fucking nails, I could never get that shit open. Little fucking tiny ass cord. I guess I'll just save that as a backup. I'll use the 6-foot cord, and then if it ever fails, I'll just use a little tiny cord. What the fuck is that noise, man? Oh shit. That's fucking tiny. Three terabytes of data. Alright. And oh, it's right there. I got a little carrying case for it. Well, fuck that shit. I'm gonna take a hit. I gotta start making some more of these videos because I've been slacking. Last video I made, I was talking about I was gonna go camping, and then I fucking woke up and I was gonna get ready to go camping. Like, I was already ready, but I was gonna load the truck, and it was all cloudy out, and it was gonna rain. I was like, fuck, man, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it. But I'm like, fuck it, you know, like, you just gotta like force yourself, right? So it was like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm just like loading the truck, and I take off, and I get about like 10 minutes into my drive, and it starts raining, and I'm like, damn, dude. And then at about like 20, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes, 30 minutes in, I pull over, and I like check the weather, where I'm going, because I was going to change my location and go to a different spot, thinking that it wasn't going to be as raining, but it was still raining. It was basically raining everywhere in the state. So I'm like, fuck, dude. So I checked that, and it was like, it said it was supposed to rain. Like, I don't know if I want to fucking just go there and sit in the rain. You know, it's supposed to rain like all day. I'm like, dude, that's not fun. And so I just started driving towards there, like, anyway. And then I went a couple miles, and I was like, fuck this. So I turned around and came back. Still had like another hour to go. So, like, I wasn't even that close. But I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm going to get there. The dogs don't mind. They'll play in the water, like, or the rain. You know, I'll let them out. They'll run around. They'll shake, stuff like that. But then eventually they're going to be like, all right, you know, I'm done. And then what? They're going to come in my truck or my tent all wet and fucking dirty? Nah, fuck that shit. And then plus, you know, like, once they're done, like, they're gonna want to go back out, you know, like, they burned off that energy, right? And now we're just chilling in the truck, like, eating some lunch or something. We get back out, like, they're not gonna want to fuck around, you know? They'll be like, oh, I just want to take a nap. So I'm like, screw it, I'll go later. I checked, and it's supposed to be raining today or tomorrow, but I think if I were to go later this week, like Wednesday or Thursday, I'd be good. So I might do that. But I'm going to make some videos before that, you know. Today's Sunday. I thought about making a video, I think it was yesterday, but I brushed my dog. She had a bunch of hair coming off, and so I was like, fuck this, you know. So I brushed her, and there's a bunch of hair. But it wasn't even that thorough either, because if you go to the groomers and you see how they do it, it's like, damn, they're just in there fucking like fucking ripping away layers and layers of hair. I was just kind of being nice, like, and now she doesn't have that much hair, but she's always constantly shedding. But I'm like, fuck, dude, there's too much hair. So I did that, and then I had to like vacuum the carpet upstairs and stuff, and I moved my bed and vacuumed around it and stuff. That's one of the things that I realized, you know, with like this long hair, you're like, damn, dude, you'll lose some hair. And I remember, like, you know, if you live with a girl, living with your sister, like your girlfriend, your wife or something, there's always hair. You always get some like long hair somewhere. And then it sucks when you're like eating some food and all of a sudden there's like a big fucking long piece of hair. And you're like, I can feel the burn. Feel that burn. So you see a lot of these podcasts and they got current events. And with these current events, I'm like, that shit's easy. And it should be interesting too, because everyone's gonna have their own unique thing. So like on my page, the first thing that comes up, what will winter look like in your region? This picture of snow and stuff. It's not gonna snow here. I live in fucking Phoenix, man. Report Gruden yanked headphones off Norman. I don't know, some football thing. 4 dead, 1 injured at toddler's birthday party in Texas. I'm like, damn, dude. Damn, hacking up a lung. Missing out. Let's see, where was I at? 25 surprising things you might not know about dollar stores. I'll never go to the dollar store, but my sister goes. Always ignore this cooking advice. And I don't see a picture. Mysterious signals are coming from deep space. That's kind of cool. Well, I'll open that. New tab. 1.4 trillion oil. Find a huge boon for U.S. energy independence. 1.4 trillion oil find. A huge boon. Boon or boom? Huge boon for U.S. energy independence. Shit, that was like a boom, right? Huge boom? Is that a typo? I don't know. What the fuck's a boon? Let me look that shit up. Boom. What are you doing? What are you fucking doing? Bro, get the fuck out of here. Alright, you are fucking... I had to close out of that shit. Are you kidding me? I hate that shit. Mysterious signals are coming from deep space. And I fucking click on it. And then the page comes up where you can read the article. And instantly a fucking ad starts playing. Nah, bro. I can't even fucking pause that shit or anything. And I clicked on it, and then another fucking window opens up, an ad for it. Like, nope, I'm done. Fuck you. What happens to your body after you lose 50 pounds? Oh, man. Yeah, that's some shit that I gotta deal with right now. Not me losing 50 pounds, but I just matched with this girl, online dating, right? And you can tell she lost some weight. Like, I've been with a girl who lost a lot of weight, and you could just tell, like, they got that extra skin. I don't know. I don't find it attractive. I'm not trying to hate. I'm trying to be mean. You know, if you get up to 300 pounds and go down to 200, like, that's not gonna look good, you know. And that was actually one of my fucking reasons why I didn't fucking try to work out a lot in the army. Like, I remember in Iraq, you know, that, like, there wasn't a lot to do. So some of these guys, you know, like, you'd be working. I remember when we first got there, the most we ever worked was a 12-hour shift. And then it slowly cut back. So it was like 12 for a few months. And then they were like, man, these guys are getting stressed out and stuff. Because it was 12-7, like 7 12s. So you're working 12 days a week. Or 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. So it's like, fuck, man. Like, you're kind of getting stressed out, right? Because then you got, you know, like, you're supposed to get 8 hours of sleep, but whatever. Let's just say you get 8 hours, that leaves you with 4, and you got to get ready, and you got to walk there and stuff, so you only have, like, 1 or 2 hours. Like, if you're going to go to the gym, that takes an hour. If you're going to, like, shower, you're going to, like, eat, stuff like that, so that 4 hours gets eaten up real quick. Anyway, point is, you know, we're working 12s for a while, and then that was just getting to us, and they could tell. They were like, all right, we got to cut back. And so I think the way I want to say this is how it started. We're doing 12s for 7 days a week, and then they gave us like Sunday off. And so we're doing 6 days a week. And then they cut us back to like 10s. I don't know. I just remember like eventually we got down to like 8-hour shifts, and they had us like rotating and stuff. It was, I don't know, they got a lot smarter about it, because they were like, there's not a lot going on night shift, and I think we had like 2 guys on night shift, and then yeah, and then I don't know, maybe we worked 8 to 10, I don't know, but where was I going with this shit? I was talking about working. I was talking about this boon. What was I talking about, man? Alright, hold on. Before I click on anything else, I'm gonna bring it back. I was talking about, I was like, fuck, like, when we're over there, we had to do 12-hour shifts. But why was I talking about that? Why was I talking about 12-hour shifts? I was talking about that fucking deep inner space fucking bullshit. And then they get you an ad, and then you click on it, and then some other shit comes up. I'm like, I don't like that shit. Fuck, man. I think it's lost. I don't like that shit, so I'm gonna close out of it. Let's see what else is next, and then, so maybe if I... Oh, yeah. So I said 1.4 trillion oil find a huge boon for U.S. energy independence. I looked up boon. I think that is helpful or beneficial, so I guess that makes sense. Only I fucking heard is like boondocks or some shit. I never heard boon. What happens to your body after you lose 50 pounds? So that was the one. So I was like, oh man, that shit's gross, right? And I'm like, yeah, I just matched with this girl. She's got all this extra weight. If you lose that weight, and oh yeah, and then I'm like, yeah, if you're working out, yeah, because like, you didn't have a lot to do in Iraq, so some of these guys were trying to work out a lot, and they were getting swole and stuff, and I'm like, dude, how you gonna look after like your arm is twice that size, and then when you're like 50, and it goes down to like half that size? I mean, that shit's gonna look gross, right? You just gotta keep it up, and if you don't keep it up, you're fucked. So, yeah, whatever. I mean, I guess I got off on a tangent on that one, but this mighty credit card is the only card you need in your wallet. I've been considering getting the Amazon gift card or something. Not gift card, a credit card or whatever. I got Amazon Prime, but after I got out the army, like after I came back from Iraq, I was just very, man, what's the word? They were just fucking saying that shit yesterday. Where like, you do something just like fucking quickly, randomly, like on a whim. Impulsive. You got like impulsive behavior. So when I got back, like I impulse bought a lot of shit. And fucking just, I don't know. But then when I got out of the army, I had these bills and I couldn't afford it. I had like a fucking $450 truck payment. No job, plus like credit cards, stuff like that. And eventually I filed for bankruptcy, but that's why I was reading this. This mighty credit card is the only card you need in your wallet. And it's like, I filed back in like maybe 2008, maybe 2009, but it's been almost 10 years. And I'm like, damn, dude, like since then, I didn't fuck with credit cards. Like I didn't do anything. If I didn't have cash money, I wasn't getting it. And so that's the way I was living my life. But now I'm thinking like, man, maybe I should get this credit card, the Amazon one, because you get 5% cash back on your Amazon purchases. And I guess it's like free to have because I'm already paying the Amazon Prime fee. So it's like, fuck, I don't know. But that's what my buddy does. He used that card, gets the 5% cash back throughout the year, and then he just uses that 5% to buy Christmas presents at the end of the year. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but I don't like the idea of having a fucking credit card. I saw other credit cards too. Like I just saw one for USAA. Gives you 0% APR until 2020. So I'm like, that gives me about a year that I don't have to pay anything. And then you get like 1.5% cash back on any purchase. But I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna stay away from that. So this Mighty credit card is the only card you need in your wallet. Nah, man. The only card I need in my wallet is a debit card. Actually, I don't even have a wallet, man. I don't use a wallet. My wallet is literally I grab my driver's license, my debit card, and my VA, like my military ID. That's it. That's all I grab. Unless I have cash. Then I'll throw cash in there too. But it's just like folded up in my pocket. And it's my front pocket, so try to come at me, I'm gonna fight back. Unless you got a gun. I'll just give you that shit. I don't give a fuck. 20-minute recipes that will change your life. I mean, I kind of want to click on it, but I'm not going to. Pilot absolutely nails sideways landing in 46-mile-per-hour crosswinds in the UK. I mean, okay, but whatever. I was riding in Kansas once on the highway. I had my girl on the back, and I was riding on the motorcycle, and we're on the highway, and winds were just going crazy, and the bike was like kind of like sideways, you know, but I was just riding. And then when we got to the place that we were going, she was like, fuck, like, I don't know how you were like doing it. That shit was just, basically we were like almost like touching knees, I guess. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention, I was just going, you know, but she was saying that we were sideways, and it was pretty intense. I don't know if anyone's ever ridden in really intense winds, because like I've ridden, but out in Kansas, out in like the open plain fields, you know, the wind's just fucking whipping around. It's not like that here in Arizona. Ex-boxer marked for murder fakes death in elaborate sting. Ex-boxer marked for murder fakes death in elaborate sting. So, but there's like a picture of his girl, so I don't know if he murdered his girl or some shit, or maybe, I don't know. I don't want to click on it. 50 jobs that no longer exist. And they got this chick at a typewriter. I mean, fuck, who uses a typewriter? And this old ass phone. Like, nobody has like one of those rotary dial phones. So many people are like, what the fuck's rotary dial? The Army's next tank could look like anything. Yeah, dude, because they used to have them Humvees, and then all of a sudden they started rolling out those MRAPs. I think that's what they're called. But they were just like 8 Humvees in one. Let me see if that's what it is. MRAP. Yeah, look up MRAP. Mine-resistant ambush protected is a term for United States military light tactical vehicles. Get the fuck out of here. Look at this beast. Like, bro. It's got to be about 10 feet tall. Yeah, I could probably click on some shit and tell you, but this thing's a fucking beast. It's got like a 50 cal turret box up at the top. It's basically like one of those like drunk vans or whatever, like the police roll around and throw you in the back. So you could have like a driver and a passenger and then a bunch of guys in the back and then someone up in the turret. So you'd probably have like 8 guys in the back, 10. So you have almost like a dozen people rolling around in that. I don't know if you want to pile them up like that. That's probably dangerous, you know. You probably have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7. Probably have like 4 people in the back, 2 people up front, 1 in the turret. Because, you know, you don't want to load that shit too heavy and then get hit by an IED, EFP, some shit, and lose a lot of guys. Anyway, yeah, I'm saying, yeah, next tank could look like anything, because that fucking beast, when they brought those through, holy shit. I remember there was just a lot of logistics that they didn't understand, because, like, those things came through, and then they're like, oh, fuck, like, when they're rolling through their areas of operation, their neighborhoods and stuff, there were some power lines that were just so low that these things couldn't even drive there, and they were like, well, fuck, now we got to redo all our routes, and I don't know, there's just a lot of things that they didn't consider, but they are badass, and I think it's a smart thing to have, because, I mean, you're raised so high off the ground that a lot of those things are just going to blow underneath you, unless they aim them higher, and if they aim them higher, then that's kind of crazy, but if they do that, like, then you could be fucked, but whatever. Everything's always evolving, It's kind of like the predator and the prey, Everything's evolving. Poll. More see Trump win likely. Biden leads Democratic field. So what I take away from that is that it's going to be Biden against Trump in the next presidential election. That's what they think. Like, Biden's going to be the most likely Democratic candidate that will beat Trump. But they're already saying, like, more see Trump winning. So, I don't know. Whatever. Here's why you need to start buying gas at Costco. I mean, yeah, I guess I could understand that. I watched this video. I was looking at truck campers in the camping life and shit like that. And this guy's talking about, if you go to fill up a propane tank, you can go to the gas station, you can go to the grocery store or something like that. Well, you're going to pay, like, let's say $50 for 2 tanks at the grocery store or something like that. And he's like, if you go to Costco, then it's $30 for 2 tanks. And so he's basically saying that Costco is $20 cheaper per 2 tanks. And it's like, damn, dude, like, that's a big difference, $10 per tank. So if gas is cheaper, even cheaper than fries, it's like, damn, I could see that. But you got to pay a membership fee too, so I don't know. Catherine the Great's treasure is lying at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, dude, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go treasure hunting in the ocean. I fucking hate the ocean. Fuck that shit. You don't know what's living in there. Nah, man. I'm not trying to die. Fucking some shark eat you, or jellyfish stings you, or fucking octopus. Some shit. I don't know, man. Nah, fuck that. Or like even some like little creature, like I don't know, like not a seahorse, but something like small like that fucks you up and you just die. And you're like, man. Or a little tiny fish. Or a bunch of fish. How to travel the world after you retire. Yeah, so I thought about that because I'm like, alright, there's one more. Official portraits from Princess Eugene's wedding. Yeah, I don't know who that is. But how to travel the world after you retire. I was like, damn, dude, I need to do something. So I'm looking at houses, but you can't find it. I just looked, and you can't really find anything under 200 in the Phoenix area. Like, you might be able to find something 160 to 200, but nah, most of the shit that you're gonna want is gonna be over 200, and then you got to look at the areas that you're in too. So like, you may find a house for 160, but you're like, that's like not the area I want to live in. So I'm like, fuck, if I'm not going to be able to get some shit, what are my other options? And so I was thinking buying some land and getting a trailer. And then I was like, oh, dude, these camper RVs. And so I started looking into these because I kind of had a little obsession for a few days. And I don't know, I remember that I want to say it was my grandpa's, but we had a trailer at one point, like my dad and my mom or whatever, like they had a truck with the trailer and we would go camping in it or something. I don't know. I just remember seeing that. I think there's probably pictures too. That was something that I wanted to check out. Go check out my mom's Facebook. I fucking hate when that shit happens. It's like you're typing, right? And I put like 2 letters, and then it loads or something, and the little cursor bar goes to the beginning, and so the 3rd letter is in front of the first 2 letters that you just typed. Anyway, I'm here, now I'm looking at photos. Who the fuck is this? I don't care. Oh, man. I'm just checking out all her pictures. And it's like, damn, dude. Like, I just went past her wedding. She got remarried. It was like my great grandma who died a few years ago. She was like, damn. And I still own that shirt. Oh shit. Man, I wish I could help my mom out. That's another thing too. Like if I could buy her house, that'd be cool. Oh man. Alright, let's see. So I don't know where it would be, man. Who's this? Fuck that dude. Fuck that guy named Robert. Oh, here we go. This is the picture that I'm looking for. Nah, so I was like fucking, what is this? 2000? So I was 12 in this picture, but yeah, no, there's just like a camper shell on the back. But I remember there was a truck with like one of those truck campers. But damn, dude. Seeing all these old pictures, like, fuck. Damn, bro. I'm holding like one of those things that you get in a fortune cookie, the little Chinese thing. And it looks like I'm rolling a joint. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Fuck it. Anyway, man, that's just a long time ago. Anyway, I thought they had a truck camper. I don't know. But that was kind of what I obsessed about recently. Because I checked out this dude's video who, I don't know, he was kind of dumb about it, I guess. But he bought a brand new truck, $50,000, and a brand new camper, $55,000, and paid a total of $1150. Because he's like, I'm paying $1,000 a month. Oh, man. Alright, well, I think this is just going to keep recording, which is cool, because, like, the counter is still going, but I just saw it, like, 3311 or somewhere around there. It said maximum file size reached. So I'm thinking that the phone can only record 33 minutes at a time. Unless maybe I figure something out. Like, maybe it's recording to the phone, and that's the max the phone can do, and then it sends it to the SD card. And maybe I gotta record straight to the SD card. Maybe I'm not doing that. I don't know. Either way, I'm not interrupted right now because the counter is still going, and I already know because I have over an hour. I sat here for a long time with just fucking dead air and shit. I'm probably not gonna upload that video, but I have a bunch of footage, like an hour, on my phone already, and so I knew it could handle it because, you know, I'm over whatever gigabyte, you know, that I have to get rid of. And so this isn't gonna fuck me up because right now I'm just going, you know, just continuing to do my thing, and I'll upload that shit later. Because if I had to download this to my computer, it would take me at least a couple minutes. All right, so let's get back to this truck camper story. So this guy, he's paying $1150. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna pay $1,000 in rent plus utilities, blah blah blah. So it's cool, you know. I'm fine with it. And yeah, it's cool because he's got a brand new truck. And when you look at the camper, it's legit. Like, you know, it's got everything you need. It's got a toilet. It's got a shower. It's got an oven. It's got a fridge. Queen size bed. And it's just on the back of your truck. So you're just driving around the U.S. And that was one of the things that kind of got me. Oh, man, I gotta plug my phone in. Let me pop. Yeah. Maybe I'll start reviewing some of these items that I have as like a little thing to do on the side. But I bought this power bank, RUIPU, Rupu? I don't know. Anyway, 61%. So that's cool. I just pulled this over here. I charged it up to go camping, but that's gonna have to wait. And now my phone's not gonna die. I can keep going with my story. So that's what's up. So yeah, I'm not getting interrupted because I don't have to download this file to my computer and then, keep going. So I'm just uninterrupted right now. So this truck and this trailer, 1150, like that's cool, brand new and stuff. It's got everything you need. And dude, there's other stuff too, like it's pretty dope. So the things in the back of your truck, right? And the only thing I don't like is kind of sticks out a little bit. Like some of them are a little big. I wish it was to where you could close the tailgate, like a really tiny, small one, but nice one. And I found one too. I think it's the Capri Retreat, but I don't know. Anyway, so thinking about that, right? And like these campers and stuff, I'm like, dude, they're pretty cool. Like you got a TV, you got like wireless, you can get wireless internet, like you can get Wi-Fi or whatever. And there's a lot of electronic stuff in the newer ones, like 2016, 17, 18 trailers. Like there's a lot of upgraded electronic stuff. And I'm like, dude, you really don't need much. Like you take 2 propane tanks, you fill up your water, stuff like that. But the bigger thing that got me is I'm looking at this payload and I'm like, damn, dude, like I didn't realize I got like I've already mentioned before, but I got a 2008 Ford F-150 4-wheel drive. And basically I wanted to get that 4-wheel drive. I got stuck in the snow before in a 2-wheel drive and not cool. So I'm like, I gotta have that 4-wheel. So I had this new truck and like I read on one of the forums, they're like 4-wheel drive adds like, let's say 400 pounds or whatever. But I don't give a fuck. But the crazy thing is they said, you get a regular gas engine, it's like, let's say 800 pounds, and then you get a diesel, they're like, it's like 16. So it was a lot more. So if you were to get a diesel versus a gas, that would make a bigger difference. But, yeah, like, I thought about, like, my truck's paid off, so I just need a camper, and so that could be pretty cheap. I could get, I was finding a really nice camper for like 20,000, under 30 for sure. But if I could find one for like 15, 20, 25, then that's pretty cheap, right? Like $500 a month for a year is $6,000. So for 3 years, that's 18 grand. 4 years, that's 24. 5 years, that's 30. So like, you could pay that off pretty quickly in less than 5 years. And I'm just like, I don't know, dude. Cause like, then I started like doing all the research and stuff. And one of the things is like, like, yeah, you're shitting and stuff, but then you got to dump that. And I'm like, that's not that big of a deal, I guess, because this guy says he does it twice a month, and it's only $10 per dump, so you just, like, put that hose there. So I'm like, whatever, that's not a big deal. But the thing that I learned about is fucking how trucks operate, and I'm like, damn, dude, like, they tell you how much payloads you can have and how much you can tow and stuff, but it's a huge difference. So you could tow, I forget, let's see, I don't remember like what my towing capacity is on my truck, but it's something like 8,000 pounds or something, like something pretty massive. But the payload's only 1,600. And since the camper is going to be sitting in the bed, it's almost like giving a piggyback to someone that's like really fat. That's what I told my buddy. I'm like, it's like giving a piggyback to a fat person. Like, oh man, this shit's heavy. But if I put him in a fucking trailer in the back and I pull him like in one of those little wagons, it's gonna be a lot easier, Like I got the wheels working to my advantage, and like I'm pulling, and it's a lot easier. Like I could just pull with this arm, and I'm like, I'm tired, I'm gonna switch to this arm. Which like a truck doesn't fucking do that. But, I'm just saying it's a lot easier to pull a fat bitch in a wagon than put her on your back and carry her around, And if you want to get sexist and say like a bitch is a girl, whatever, that's on you. Because I've seen a lot of male bitches. So, fuck you if you want to be all politically correct and whatnot. Anyway, I just got noticed saying, like, someone new on Bumble likes you. But, like, whatever. That was one of my things I was talking about was, all that extra skin. I don't really find it attractive. So, like, I matched with this girl. And I could tell, she lost a lot of weight. I'm like, I don't know if I want to hit her back up because I don't know if I'm going to find it attractive, because she got that arm up and you could see all that extra skin. Like, you could tell she lost well over 50 pounds, probably like 100 pounds. That's why, like, I never really worked out. Like, I'm not that big, you know? I'm just average. I'm just average. And I'm like, if someone was twice that size, or even 3 times that size, they're just gonna have a bunch of extra skin when they get older. Or even, like, younger. They gotta keep that shit up. But these fucking trailers, you can't carry anything, man. 1,600 pounds, bro. Like, you think that's a lot? It's not. The lightest trailer that I found, or the camper or whatever that you put in the back of your truck, in the bed, it's 800 pounds. So that's half your payload right there, 800 pounds. And then you got to consider yourself. And so I calculated how much water, so it's like a little over 8 pounds for a gallon of water. And you're going to want at least like 30, 40, 50 pounds, something like that. So I just did 50 because you could have like a 30-gallon freshwater tank, a 10-gallon gray water tank, and a 10-gallon black water tank. You know, something like that. So 50, that's 420 pounds. Plus me, 200 pounds. This is just like overestimating, but 600, that's over 600 pounds. That leaves me with 200 pounds worth of shit that I could put. And I got, like, my dog, she's almost like, I don't know, 60 pounds or 80 pounds, I forget. I think she's 80. And so she's like close to 100, you know. Let's say 420, so that's 5, 6, 7. So we're like 700. That's like, we're basically at our max payload right there with just the truck camper and us, and like filling, yeah, and then putting like a propane tank with the water and stuff. That's basically it. That's maxed out. But then I did a little more research because I found out that, you know, your tires make a difference too. And so your regular tires aren't really that good. But when I bought my truck, it already had KO tires on it, some off-road tires. And when I replaced them, I got KO2s, like the upgraded ones. And so these KO2s have a max payload of 3,640 pounds per tire. So that's 14,560 pounds. It's like, I'm going to well exceed that, you know, like, I can't even touch that. Like, the truck will break before the tires give out. And so then they're like, you know, if you have your tires really good, then that brings everything up. And so even though, like, so the 1,600 would be like almost like 800 per axle. So it's like, you know, 800 on the front axle, 800 on the back axle. But when you look at the panel on the side of the door, it tells you, like, I think it's AGWR, something like that. Like, maybe it stands for, I don't know what the A stands for, absolute gross weight ratio. I don't know. There's something, right? But it tells you how much per axle, and I want to say it was up to like 36, something like that per axle, 37, 38, maybe 38, somewhere around there. But so I took that number, I times it by like 0.8, 0.75, somewhere around there, because I didn't want to max out, right? So about like 80% of the max on that axle is about 3,000 pounds. So I'm like 3,000, and that 800-pound trailer is like the lightest one, and it's a shitty one too. If you wanted to get one of the nice ones, it's like the light one, a nice one that's light would be about like 1,500 pounds, 1,600 pounds. Maybe a max of like 2,000. So I'm like, let's just say 1,500 pounds and you got 3,000. Well, that's half your thing right there. So 15 plus another 4 for the water, plus, you know, you and stuff. So you're like, you know, we already calculated it was like 6 or even more. 4, 5 with the dog, 6, 7 with me. So 7 with me, and it's at like 15. So you're already at like 22, 23, 24. So you only have like 600 pounds. You got like 600 to 800 pounds that you could load worth of stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, because they're probably considering, like, you know, that's everything in the trailer already, like the fridge, all that crap. But it's like, dude, you're gonna have like clothes, you're gonna have fucking cooking utensils, pots and pans, just a bunch of shit. But I don't know. I mean, I guess you could do it. I could probably do it. I thinking about that. Like, if I was at 3,000 pounds and I got something for 15. And the crazy thing is, like, you could just like fucking tow something, but I don't know. And then my buddy's like, that's probably not like the best route. Like, you should be looking for a house. But dude, you can't find shit for under 200. I'm gonna have to live in like a fucking townhouse. Which, whatever. I mean, I guess I'm fine with that. I just need an area for my dog. I need a yard. It doesn't even have to be that big. I just need something like where she can go outside to take a shit on her own, and then I can go exercise her somewhere. You know, I can take her to a park. But I want her to be able to go outside. Like, if she ever has diarrhea or something, I want her to be able to do her own thing. Anyways, let's get back to some of these current events. You know, this is unique to my page. The Flat Earth Movement, a society of disbelievers in scientific fact. Oh boy. Open enrollment for Medicare set to start. How to pick the best plan. Holmes, Fox, pile on PDA. How to know when it's time to consider divorce. I don't know. Surprising new method to help improve vision naturally. Try it tonight. Stars turning 40 in 2018. 4 days after storm, large swath of panhandle suffering. Learn from my mistake. Don't be afraid to get rich. Alright. I'm not afraid to get rich. They say, like, money causes problems. Like, I don't think so, man. Like, I could see it, but not with me. I'd buy some property, and then, I don't know. Definitely buy my mom a house. Buy some family members' houses, whatever. I don't need that much. 40 animals that are real heroes. Okay. Adorable pics of stars with their kids. The 20 worst draft picks in NFL history. States where Alzheimer's is soaring. Man, my sister, so we did the 23andMe thing a while back, and they keep updating it with new shit, right? And so I looked on there recently, and they have Alzheimer's and what's the other one? It's another one like that's crazy too. I think it's late onset Alzheimer's. Oh, and I think dementia or something like that. I don't know, but there's a couple things, right? And they're new, and I clicked on them, and like they give you like a warning, like, "Are you sure you want to know?" I'm like, "Fuck it, I don't give a shit." And I clicked on it, and they're like, "Nope, you don't have the marker. You don't have the marker, whatever." But when she clicked on it, it was like, yeah, I forget which one it was, Alzheimer's, or dementia, or something. I want to say it was Alzheimer's, but it was late Alzheimer's. So I'm like, because I remember telling her, I'm like, at least it's not early Alzheimer's. But yeah, how can that be nice, you know? What Oscar Romero's canonization says about Pope Francis? I don't fucking know what that means. The stock market's nightmare may be far from over. Yeah, I've been seeing that shit. I think about that shit too. Like, fuck it, man. I'm hoping shit tanks, man. Give me a cheap house. I can't afford a $200,000 house. Can't afford it, man. Vanderbilt, Florida coaches get into shouting match. This is what Vikings were actually like. The photos are strikingly scary. Venom conquers box office again. Dad and daughter lip syncing after bath time goes viral. McDonald's is paying homage to your favorite discontinued menu items. Essays reveal Stephen Hawking predicted new race of superhumans. I mean, dude, everybody talks about this shit. Democrats have a Latino problem. Can they fix it in time? William Coors, former chair of Adolf Coors, dies at 102. That's pretty fucking old. The number of children without vaccinations. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of dumb. At least for the basic vaccines, you know, ones that that people have been doing for a while, like polio, measles, I forget what it's called, mumps, measles, I don't know, it's like an MMR or some shit. A black child's backpack, I saw this earlier, a black child's backpack touched a woman. She reported sexual assault. It's like, dude, you should have to pay for making that call and like any resources that they spent on that call. Like, fuck you. Unleash the power of Windows 10. Find apps to get started. Yeah, I don't use apps on my computer. That's me being like an old man, just stuck in my ways. Clooney criticizes Trump for controversial comments on Ford's ... So I don't know. Dude, if you're not gonna fit the whole title, I'm not gonna read it. Collins hit dark money groups in Kavanaugh fight. One paid to thank her for her vote. Yeah, fucking people are getting bought out. Fan sues Dolphins over stadium accident that partially severs toe. Michael Bublé, it's not Bubble, I say Bublé, says he's retiring from music. Khloe Kardashian throws cousin cupcake party for True's half birthday. I don't fucking know. Funeral home where infants were found was under renovation. I don't know what that means. The best movies of all time. Seahawks roll over Raiders in London. I don't like the Seahawks just because they're like our number one rival for Arizona. Like, if we're doing good, the Seahawks, they're going to beat us. Or they have a really good chance of beating us. 5 cards charging 0% interest until 2020. And now with this new team. I haven't really watched football lately, but now with the Rams over here, that probably makes a difference. We'll see how long that keeps up, right? Public service loan forgiveness is going wrong for most people. China bemoans confusing signals, but hopes for ... I don't know, hope for something. Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee's son, Brandon, joining the ... I don't fucking know. Travel seekers from flight attendants. 27 cool cars from 1993 that are now eligible for antique license plates. What? 1993, 2003, 2013. Damn, so 25 years and it's an antique? I'm a fucking antique then. That's crazy. 25 years? That means my buddy's Jeep is almost an antique. It's like a 97. Warren builds expansive campaign effort ahead of likely 2020 bid. Things that happen to your body if you stop having sex. Fucking, I don't know, you probably break out. You get fat. You have more energy for guys, for sure. If you're not busting it out all the time, you got more energy. This is America's best hot dog. Yeah, but if you're busting nuts, you gotta be drinking that water. You gotta stay hydrated. Cultivate Brave. Daring Leaders with Brene Brown's latest book. No clue. Love in the Air. Hurricane forces couple to marry at airport. Damn. They're like, fuck it. I want to get married. Couldn't just wait like another month. Johnson explains why Garrett isn't going anywhere. Okay. 200,000 still without power in Florida. Damn. I remember we had an ice storm go through Kansas when I was in Iraq. I wasn't there, but they lost power for, I want to say it was at least a week. I was just like, good thing I'm not there. Ryan Gosling's best movie roles ranked. All eyes on Price as Red Sox try to avoid 0-2 hole. Trump hails beautiful bride, but flubs one detail. 679 million reasons the marijuana stock craze should scare you. Because it's fucking the Bitcoin shit all over again. It's just all fake, man. That's just gonna tank. Did the Royals break the law? That'd be cool if I check my crypto and all of a sudden it was like high. I'm like, let me cash out. And I get at least my money back. Like if I cashed out and I had 7K, just got my 7K back. I put in like 75 something, 73. If I just got my money back, that'd be cool. Right now it's at like 15, maybe 2,000. Battle to be the last one standing with Xbox One S Fortnite bundle. Saudis threaten to retaliate if punished over missing critic. Maggie Gyllenhaal on why travel makes you better at work. Maybe I should be traveling. I was really into getting a camper, truck camper. It's a lot of money though, and it's like, yeah, maybe I should just get a house or a condo. Like, let's say I get $100,000. I don't want to get a condo. I want to get like a townhouse. I don't want someone above me or below me. I guess someone could be to the side of me, but I don't really like the idea of sharing a wall either. But townhouse, I've lived in that before. I could do it again, and especially if I was paying towards it. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, if I was paying towards a townhouse when I first came out here in like 2012, 2013, or even a house, I had like the past 5 years. That would have been nice, because that would have been like at least like $60K towards the house. Warning signs your liver sends you. Fucking what, jaundice? Or is that not a warning sign? That's like a symptom of liver failure. Princess Eugene's royal wedding cake was a celebration of fall. You probably feel pain wherever your liver is, left or right, I forget. I'm gonna say left. District attorney pursues death penalty in North Carolina prison killings. She's changing birthdays for homeless kids one party at a time. Video, Talladega is a race of extreme emotions, uncertainty. If your dog eats grass, do this every day. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Sometimes your dog eats grass because it's feeling sick in the stomach. Or maybe it just wants some greens because you keep feeding it that cardboard. Pilot surveyed damage from Hurricane Michael. Yeah, that shit. Michael, man, that shit fuck people up. Kristen Stewart runs away with Charlie's Angels, plus more celeb pics. The powerful wedding tradition Princess Diana started. America's financial plans don't back up big retirement dreams. Kourtney Kardashian shares adorable snap of sister Khloe's daughter. Syrian jihadists signal acceptance of Idlib deal. I don't know what that is. 30 mysterious wonders that are forbidden to tourists. Everything you need to know about the VW diesel emission scandal. Yeah, I remember watching some shit on Netflix about that. That's insane. But whatever. And they tell you this again. If your dog eats grass, do this every day. Fuck you. The 9 best foods that fat loss. The last 4 are the last 4 are the most important. The 9 best foods for fat loss. Dude, it's not even a food, it's water. If you fucking just drink water, anytime you're hungry, just drink some water. And then if you're still hungry, eat a little bit and drink water with it. And dude, you'll be full, man. That's people's problem. Like, they're like, man, I'm fucking hungry. And they scarf down this like 15 fucking thousand calorie meal, 1,500 calorie meal, 800 calorie meal, whatever. And then they drink some soda or they drink some water or whatever. But, nah, dude. The surprising secret to Giadas, to Giadas, I want to say Giadas, the surprising secret to Giadas perfect red sauce, the surprising secret to Giadas, I don't fucking know, some pasta shit. Veteran finds returns long lost burial flag to Navy hero's widow. That's cool. Hurricane Michael devastating Georgia crops. Oh shit, I didn't think about that, but maybe fucking food prices are gonna go up. Florida Panhandle building codes lagged behind rest of state. Most controversial TV reboots. Seahawks roll over Raiders in London. You already fucking said that. Guests are already trying to sell their gift bags. Guests are already trying to sell their gift bags. Oh shit, 25 richest comedians. I'm blanking his name right now, but I think it was in Talladega Nights. 20 people killed when flooding wipes out part of school in Indonesia. These cities have the most people on food stamps. And then I just heard something about them trying to switch food stamps to so you get a box of food. I remember growing up on that. We'd go get, I think it's called box food. What is it called? Yeah, I mean, we'd go get fucking box food because it's cheaper than going to the store. So we'd still go to the store, but if you go get box food, they go get that. I remember getting that shit, and it's it always had condensed milk. Always had condensed milk, man. Always had some fucking beans and rice or some shit. Canned food. Nasty shit. Why Ferguson's seat location was significant. These hotels with roller coasters and water slides are like sleeping at a ... Yeah, I don't really know. I remember hearing that, dude, this disgusting. You don't want to be at that place. Those water parks. You're, sitting in someone else's piss and shit. And, basically it's just, you're sitting in someone else's bath water. Once in a lifetime find, 1969 Ford Mustang convertibles is a 1 of 8. 1 of 8. Once in a lifetime find. 1969 Ford Mustang convertible is 1 of 8. You found one car that they made 8 of? Is that true? They only made 8 1969 Ford Mustang convertibles? I don't know. I guess I could look it up, right? Let's look this shit up, guys. 1960... See? It didn't even fucking put the 1. 1969 Ford Mustang. It's probably a certain type, right? Because I see Shelby coming up. But I'm just gonna do a convertible. That shit looks nice though. 1969 Ford Mustang convertible. How many made? The Boss 429 is the largest engine that Ford ever offered, and it was available in the 1969 and 1970 Ford Mustang models. They were attempting to qualify for NASCAR, and NASCAR's rules required that at least 500 of these cars be manufactured and sold to the general public. Oh shit, bro! I want a 429 now. I also want a diesel, man. I think that'd be cool. How many Boss 429 Mustangs were made in 1969? The Boss 429, also known as Boss 9 by enthusiasts, is arguably one of the rarest and most valued muscle cars to date. In total, there were 1,358 original Boss 429s made. The original of the Boss 429 came about as a result of NASCAR. I feel like nowadays you could probably get a 429 engine made or something. You could get a replica with these these printers and shit, 3D printing. I don't know, they probably have some really fancy stuff. So you could just get a replica made. But I just looked down and it's so 3311 should be 6622, which should be about an hour 622, and I'm at an hour 412 right now. So I want to see if this is going to say again, at 106.22, maximum file size reached. It should. It probably will. I'm guessing it will. How many Mustang Boss 351s were made? 1806. 1,806 were built in 1971. I don't know. It seems like there would be more, but maybe it's a specific trim or something like that, Whatever. I think it's a sexy car. I used to have I don't remember what year it was, but I picked up this K5 Blazer, a 1983 K5 or something. But while I was there, I saw this Stepside International. It was a 1976 International pickup bedside or whatever, and the guy had a 350 Chevy engine in it, so it ran, but it needed a lot of work, and I was young, I didn't have money to throw into it, but I picked it up for $1,500, And I'm like, man, dude, I wish I would have fucking fixed that shit up, because that was a nice looking truck. Let me see if that's right. 1976 international truck. I don't know. International truck step side. See, I don't see any of these fucking step sides. Maybe it wasn't a 76. Yeah, it kind of looked like that, but that shit's looking beefy, like a farm truck. I mean, yeah, it definitely looked like 1971. Yeah, that's what it is. 19 step side. Yeah, bro. It might have been a 72. 1972. It was something like that. Oh man, it was just so sexy for a truck. Oh man. I was just young, man, but I could have thrown a couple thousand into it and had it nice. I just had to like get tires and fucking paint it. Man, and it was so simple too. Like I could have, man, I wish I would have kept it. Oh well, fucking that was cool. Georgia Democratic candidate. State law about scaring people out of voting. Cancer survivor says he was asked to leave store because of his face. 35 easy dinners to try this winter. Accidental. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. I don't fucking know. Accidental drone images that will change your view on the world. It looks like hippos. Hippopotamuses. I guess they kill more people than like lions and cheetahs and some shit like that. I heard that the other day. Like hippos kill more people than like lions, cheetahs, and tigers combined or something like that, or maybe bears. I don't know. It was like 3 animals. I'm pretty sure lions was one of them. 83-year-old barbecue pitmaster is a Lone Star State legend. Barbecue, man, that sounds good. How many can be tracked through DNA like Golden State? I mean, dude, my DNA's in there. 23andMe's got it. Military's got it. So the fucking government has it. Who Trump thinks the best leader in history is? Historic statue of G.A. Where am I at? Of G.A. General vandalized with googly eyes. Oh, that's kind of funny. It's just like a statue and someone put those fucking little... They just glued them on. Like, come on. Oh, that's vandalism. Like, yeah, but you could take that off. Even if it's like super glue, you could probably take it off. But yeah, it's funny though. Jolie thin and more of the week's worst rumors. Dolphins pull out a 31-28 victory against Bears in overtime. Bavarian voters punish Merkel allies. This is the world's most powerful passport. Tell us your staffing needs, we'll do the rest. For some reason, they're showing me Kourtney Kardashian shares adorable snap with sister Khloe's daughter again. 10 hardest things to get used to on the Tesla Model 3. 25 tater tot casseroles that take potatoes to a whole new level. Why you should never eat bananas for breakfast. It's just all boring, man. I'm over this shit. And you never get to the bottom either. There's the fucking dogs eating grass again. What is this? Bollinger B2 is an electric aluminum bodied pickup. I don't know. It looks kind of cool. It's like a Jeep mixed with like a truck. 25 Depression era desserts so good you'll still want to eat. South Korean climbers killed in Nepal storm. Jobs that might not exist in 50 years. And it looks like a pilot. This stock could be like buying Amazon for $3.19. Alright, whatever. I'm fucking over this. He's giving CPR to a squirrel. Get the fuck out of here. Alright. Fuck it. Let's just smoke, man. Let's just smoke. Because that's what I do. This makes it easier, though. You know, I'm like, alright, I'll just throw this podcast. I don't know what I'm gonna title it. Let's see what I'm gonna title this. What have I been talking about? Just news. I've been talking about truck camping. But I'm thinking I might just have to get a condo or a townhouse. Something that I can afford. Go do my own thing. The truck camper sounds cool though, because I could travel the U.S. And then basically I'm where I'm at, you know? Like I'm just driving around and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna park here. Get in the back. Well, whatever. You know what it is. See, I gotta like slouch because the camera. I sit straight like this, and you can't see me. I have to sit back. I gotta cut my nose so bad. What should I fuck with? Smoking these things kind of fucks me up because I always touch it to the metal and then I burn the plastic. I did that on this like jack straw or whatever. I guess I did it on both of these, but this shit's all fucked up. You can see how it's bent. It's because I just forced it back on there. But I was like, man, I should save this Dutch treat and treat myself for something good. Well, I guess that's now. Because I mean, making this video is easy. I'm already at an hour, so I could just upload this and be good for the day. But I want to upload some smaller things. Like the last video I did, I talked about this idea where they should put cameras on the front and the back of school buses and start giving tickets to people that run the stop sign when it's out. And then you can help pay for the school bus driver's salary. You could help pay for some other shit, whatever, you know. But, you know, no one wants to watch, like, a big-ass long video. So I'm like, I should make something 2-3 minutes just saying, you know, hey, I think this is a good idea. And hopefully, you know, it gets views. And then someone makes it into a reality. So I think that would be smart. I mean, I'm never cruising around and, like, there's, like, a school bus thing. And I'm like, fuck this, man. But I get the feeling, you know. I'm like, man, I gotta wait. I gotta wait. And I gotta wait. And I gotta wait. I gotta wait. But you don't fucking run that shit. Some people do, though. Most people should pay. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. You run that school bus stop sign, you should pay. And this is a way to pay. This is a way to make some money. This is a way for me to get money. I wish, you know. Imagine if I just went to like some school district or some, I don't fucking know how it'd go, but like somebody, you know, and then they're like, oh yeah, we'll implement this in Maricopa County, and then I get like 1% of the proceeds. Like seriously, dude. Like, let's just say the ticket. So like my last ticket was like when I went to the school and stuff, it was 200 and something bucks, like just over 200, 204. I don't know, 206, something like that. Let's say 200. So $200, but in a school zone they can double it, and I feel like they could make some like legislation or something saying that hey, the school bus is the school zone somehow to where you get charged like $400 or $500. I mean, fuck, dude, that's like $4 or $5 right there for me, you know. You give out like 10, 20 tickets a day. I'm getting like $40, $50. $100 a day. That'd be cool. That's just 1%. And that's only like one fucking, I don't know how how many tickets they give for that, you know, but if the whole nation implemented it, or the whole state, yeah, that'd be cool. I gotta get this setup fixed, because this camera right here is just too close. But right behind it's my printer, so I gotta figure out what to do with that. Or maybe put my phone so high, I don't know. Here's that Dutch Street. God damn. I'm gonna be coming like, oh my god, no. I will say I like that Dutch Street though, it's so smooth. Not too bad, my lungs aren't fucking burning. $117. Damn. That's cool, so I don't know what to label this, but I'm thinking I'm kind of I might as well pause this real quick. Get rid of that cough. Let's see if any of the news changed. Oh shit. Yeah, they put new shit on here. Every president skewered by SNL has reacted the same way. Until now. Yeah, why you think Trump's gonna fucking react like everyone else? No. A lot of this shit's the same though. Yeah, so I don't know. That's where I'm at. I'm like, am I gonna buy a truck camper? I'm back. Fucking tickle on my throat. I can still feel it. I feel like, you got these glands right here. And you know how you can get a loogie? Well, I do weird things like to create some suction. And I can get these little fucking, I don't know what they are. Little nasty, like, little things. Little white fucking, I don't know. I tried looking it up online. And people are like, what are these fucking little nasty white stinky things that come out of my mouth? Whatever. And they're like, it's just old nasty food that got caught in a little crevice, of your mouth or some shit. But I'm like, I don't know, dude. I think some of this shit's like, maybe like white blood cells like coming out your glands, and like maybe it's like viruses that are like got killed or something, just nasty shit. But I get these things that they're almost like a crystal, you know? Like some of them you're like, it's like a grain of sand. And then some of them are just fucking huge and you're like, what the hell? But I just started taking pictures because I only get like, I'll get the little ones, but to get the big ones, no, that doesn't happen that often. So I think I have like 1 or 2 pictures. And so I'm going to keep making that. And I'm going to make a video talking about that. But that's one of those things, like, man, I can feel that shit. It's weird too, because sometimes I think that you get like a hair, because you have those like cilia, just fucking lining your lungs and your esophagus and your airway and everything. Sometimes they just fall out, you know, and then it just gets caught somewhere. It's just tickling you. You're like, ah. Yeah, so if you're thinking like a fucking truck camper's not the way to go, man, you're like, man, that sounds ghetto. Go look up a 2018 Lance 865. Yeah, that shit's got everything, man. They even have like backup camera, monitor wireless, battery separator, because like, you know, they got a solar panel and a battery pack, so you can run that. Then you can have a generator, propane. Keyless entry, 3-burner high output range with oven. They got a microwave. They got electric jacks with wireless remote. .12-volt 19-inch TV. Like, shit. I feel like, man, I could see myself doing this. AC Coleman 9 low pro ceiling. I mean, dude, you got an air conditioner. You have everything you fucking need in this bitch. So, I don't know. It's a lot of money too, because it's like, if I'm gonna throw down, let's say, you know, you get a nice one, so it's 20,000. Well, you could just pay like, you could technically pay 80,000 for these condos that I'm seeing. They're off of like, actually, that's not bad. So there's Mill, and so like basically if you're like Mill and Broadway, then you go over, there's the 10. So it's just past the 10. It's at like 48 between, it's like 46th Street and Broadway, 45th Street and Broadway, 44th Street and Broadway, 80,000. And then they have one that's 105. That's actually nice. They redid it and everything. But that's 4 or 5 times as much as a camper, you know? And I think it'd be cool to drive around. But you gotta account for a lot of extra shit too, because I'm driving around my truck and it's just gonna be going through a lot more shit, you know? So I was thinking I'd have to put at least $200 a month away for truck expenses. So it's like $2,500 a year, because tires, all 4 new tires would cost like $1,500 to $2,000, and that's just tires. So like you could have another big expense like that too. Maybe something happens with the engine. Oh yeah, I should make that video talking about what happened with my truck. But or I just fucking talk about it in this video, make this a long ass video. But yeah, I mean, I bought my truck, 2008 Ford F-150 4x4 with 127,000 miles, and I bought it in 2000, I want to say 2014, so it's like 6 years old, I guess. It's got to be more than that. No, that sounds about right. 2014. February 2014. No, February 2015. It was February 2014 or February 2015. So 15 to 16 to 17, 18. I want to say it was 15 then. So maybe it was 7 years old. 7 times 15 would be 105. So you're doing over 15,000 miles a year. So I don't know. I mean, something like that. So I bought a 2008 with 127,000 miles, and I think it was in February of 2015. And then no, dude, it had to be 14. I don't know, dude. One of the two, February 14, February 15. Either way, I bought the truck, and let's see. Because then I moved over here in 16. Like December of 16. So sometime around like December of 16, that's when I started having my real issues, my first issue with the truck. I never really had any issues with the truck, but then one day I went hiking. I went with a friend to South Mountain, and I pulled to this spot where I was like backed up and like kind of like at an angle going down, and that probably has something to do with it, because like I didn't really know anything before, but now doing all this research and stuff, it's like I'm always putting my e-brake on, even when I'm just pulling into the driveway and it's slanted a little. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna put my e-brake on. But I was all backed up at a crazy incline, and then so I think like something happened, like I don't know, something got fucked up, because you know I should have put my e-brake on. But whatever, I went hiking, came back, and the fucking truck wouldn't start, and I'm like, fuck, dude. And then I tried jumping it, because like there was someone there. They tried jumping me, it didn't work. And then someone else pulled up and they tried jumping me, and it didn't work. And then so I finally called a tow truck, and my buddy called his friend. So I guess like this is kind of like out of order, but whatever. I tried jumping it, I think twice, and then my buddy called his friend, and she came up and gave me a ride to AutoZone. I swapped out the battery, thinking that's what it was, and that didn't fix the issue. And then my buddy was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna leave. So he left, and I called the tow truck, and then I was sitting there for a while, and I just kind of got impatient or something, I guess. It was hot too, my dog was there, and I was just like, fuck, we just got done hiking. So I'm like, fuck it, like I was gonna try, this is like stupid as shit too, like basically you pop the clutch in the manual. Well, it doesn't fucking work like that in an automatic, right? But I was like, fuck it, let me see if like, you know, I try coasting and see if it'll start. And so I put it in neutral, and then I started going, and that's when I was like, oh shit, dude, because you have no power steering, the brakes didn't really work. And so I was like, well, fuck, dude, I thought maybe I was gonna crash. But then I tried to start it, and it started right up, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. And so I fucking immediately put it in drive, and then just drove down the mountain, canceled the tow, and went home. And then that's basically when all my issues started, because then I would have intermittent starting issues. So like I went home, and then I don't know, I probably just fucking parked the truck, went to sleep, did my thing or whatever. When I came out and had to do something the next day, I remember like this is when I was training my dog, so there was a lot of times where I had to go to like a American Legion, which is kind of like a bar for veterans. Anyway, that's where they held the training. So I went to one of these American Legions, and there was numerous times where I got stuck there, because I would drive there, do like an hour of training or whatever, and come out and the truck wouldn't start. And so that was the start of my issues, but it was like random. It's like sometimes it would start and sometimes it wouldn't. And so I started thinking it had to do like I would drive it, and then I don't know, it sucked too, because that was the time that like I was moving from like my one place to over here. So I remember one time like I tried to fucking go out there and start it, because I had loaded my truck with everything, and it wouldn't start. And I'm like, dude, I gotta drive over there and unload all this crap. But it helped me learn. Like I learned a lot. because I was just like, fuck, man, what's wrong with this? And one time, this was pretty early on. This was like, I went to Fry's and I got stranded. And so I'm like, fuck, dude, I gotta call a tow truck. And I called them, and he was fucking around with it, right? And he couldn't get it started. And then I told him something about like the rocking motion or something. I don't remember, but I told him like, let's try rocking it. And we tried rocking it, and like, so there's two guys there. So me and him were rocking it, and the third guy was in the truck. He tried starting it, and he got it started. And I was like, dude, I don't know, like, it was something weird, right? There was something up with, like, the rocking. So I'm like, dude, it's like a sensor or something. I don't know. But I want to say, he's like, yeah, like, that's probably your, what's it called? Your manual transmission sensor or something. But it's not even, like, a manual. It's like a transmission sensor, something like that. So to sense whether it's in park or drive or whatever. So he was saying it was that, right? And I don't know. I eventually replaced that. Like, I was replacing everything because I don't know. Like, I take it in, and they're like, well, we can't diagnose it because it's working for us. I remember I even left it there one time overnight, but it's like, I would take it in, they wouldn't fuck with it, and then they try to like come out the next morning and it starts. And I'm like, well, of course it's gonna start because it's been sitting there for a while. And I thought it was something to do with like getting heated up, but I don't know, dude. I had no idea, right? And then so I replaced the battery, and then I replaced that transmission sensor thing, and then I also replaced the battery cables. I replaced the starter. I was checking all the fuses and all the relays, and I'm like, fuck, dude, like, what the hell? And so then I got to the point where I started getting into like the electronics and tracing the electrical components and the wires and the wiring, and oh man, because I'm like, there's only so much, right? You got this and this, so basically it's the battery. It goes through a path, and it comes back to the battery. And so I'm like, all right, well, let's fucking break this down, right? Let's see where we go. So, battery's new. Battery cables are new. Starter's new. Fucking, all that shit's new, right? Transmission sensor. So I'm like, dude, it's gotta be the fucking, my ignition switch. So I even replaced my ignition switch, and that didn't fix the issue. And I'm like, well, fuck, dude, like, all right, there's also my, like the brain of the vehicle, my ECU. And I'm like, well, fuck, if it's that, you know, it's something intense or whatever. But finally, I think, you know, like, I went through and I replaced everything, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what else it could be. It's either a wire or it's that. And so I finally broke down, because I even tried, I thought that one of the wires, like one of the wires going to the fucking, I basically almost had it. It's like, fuck, dude, like, and I think that's why he kind of gave me a break, because I eventually took it in, and the guy had it for multiple days, and it was just crazy, because like, I get a call and they're like, hey, you know, they're gonna have to keep it another day. And I'm like, all right. And they're like, hey, you know, like, we're gonna have to charge you an extra $100 because, you know, like, they charged me like $100 to diagnose it, but like, this is like an extensive diagnosing or something like that, right? And I'm like, what the fuck, you know? But whatever, right? And so they do that, and then they're like, we gotta bring like lead technicians or like lead mechanics or whatever. And like, they're like, man, what's wrong with this truck, right? And the crazy thing is, like, dude, I was on that level of like lead mechanic, you know? Like, he ended up fixing it, and they didn't charge me to diagnose it, and they just charged, or maybe they did, I don't know, but they only charged me like $100. He was like, you know, we're just gonna charge you the original diagnosis, and I don't think they charged me any like labor or any fees or anything. But ultimately, what happened, it was a grounding issue. I guess one of the wires wasn't grounding, so I was almost on that level, because on the truck you have all these wires, and one of the wires you have your electric box, and from the electric box, there's like inputs and outputs, and one of the things that it goes to is like that transmission sensor and the ignition switch. And so I remember checking like the ignition switch, and one of those wires, like, I was like, there's like a dead spot right here, right? I'm like, there's something right here. Like, I'm getting voltage here, but not here. So I thought that was my issue. And I remember even like splicing the wire and trying to like reroute it. And like, I thought I had the issue too, because I went underneath where the transmission sensor was, and they have a blue wire with an orange stripe. And I remember like, I like cut away at that a little bit, right? Put a wire and then connected it over to the ignition switch. So basically, that wire goes like along my truck, up the dash, all the way through here, blah, 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 whatever, and then it comes in. And I was like, there's some part of that wire that's dead. So I'm like, I'm coming straight out of the transmission sensor, and I'm bypassing all that wire, and I'm coming up over here. And basically, it was just kind of like ghetto, right? It was coming up from the side of the truck up my door, and it was just like a wire that I had. So I did that, and I brought it up to the wire that I thought on the ignition switch that it should be, and I put it, and it started. So I thought it was good, but then it didn't work one time, and I was like, I don't know, dude. So I eventually took it in. That's basically what the issue was, because he had to like up where the dash is, where like the fucking windshield wipers, and you got that plastic thing. Well, there's a big old thick like thing of cables running there, like a whatever, right? Just cables, right? I forget what they call it, like a wiring harness. There's like a piece of the wiring harness going right there, just a bunch of cables. And so he had to splice into that fucking blue and orange cable, and then he routed the wire. So basically, he just ran a wire, which is what I was almost doing. So I almost had it, but yeah, he fixed that shit. So now my truck's good. I remember having like fucking anxiety issues and stuff. Like after I got my truck back, I was like, anytime I went somewhere, I was still kind of freaking out. I was like, dude, this shit ain't gonna start when I go back in there. And then since then, I don't know, I kind of had issues with the charging system recently. Well, not recently, like last year. That was kind of annoying, because I don't think I ever fixed the issue, because I took it in, and I was like, yo, there's something wrong with the charging system. And it was the same thing, like, you know, it wouldn't show up. And then eventually, like, I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna leave this here. And they eventually saw it, and they told me, like, they said it was my alternator. And I'm like, alright, well, I'm gonna buy a new alternator. So I bought a new alternator, installed that shit myself, and I was still having the issue. So I took it back, and they were like, oh, it's the wiring harness from the alternator to the battery. So I replaced that, and I don't know. I want to say like I was still having the issue, but it's kind of weird. Like the issue only came up when it was cold. Like I would go drive to work at like 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and I would kind of have the issue. I'd get going, and then it would come on, and then I'd be like on the freeway, and that thing would come up, and I'm like, oh shit, but then it'd go away. So I think it had something to do with the cold. Let's see if this says something about max file size. It's like 33, 66, 99. Right now I'm at 99. I forget what like it was like 11. Yep, maximum file size 4 GB reached. So I guess I have 3 files now of maximum file size in a row. But that's cool that it just keeps recording. Oh, fuck. Anyway, yeah, that was an issue. And so I'm thinking, now that it's starting to get cold out, I'm going to have an issue with my charging system. Because when it gets cold out and I have the lights on and I start driving, I can see that it gets brighter and darker. So, I don't know, there's maybe not a good connection or something. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to deal with that, you know. That's why I thought it'd be cool if I just bought a new truck. And I was looking, it doesn't even have to be new, it could be used, but just like the upgraded version of mine, like instead of F-150 getting F-250 or F-350 so I can carry more payload. And then I would just finance like, so my truck is worth like 8 to 12. So like 8,000 is the low, where I could get maybe trade in for 8, or definitely get somebody to buy it for 8. And then 10 would be a decent price, 11 would be alright, and then 12 is like high. You know, I could probably get 12 if I waited a while. And if I went through private party. But anyway, I'm thinking like, so 10K, I get like 10K for my truck, and I find a truck for like 20K, something like that, like 22, 24. So I finance around 12, and then I'm like, well, then I gotta get a trailer too. And if I get a trailer for like 20, that's like 30 to 40. That's a lot. So I got this amortization chart. Let's just say 40,000 for 5 years, 750 a month. I could do 30,000. If I could do 30,000 for 5 years, that's 560, 570. So basically, I'd be getting 10,000 for my truck. I could sell my bike, 5 grand, 15, and then get like a 10,000. Get like a, so 15, and then get like a $25,000 truck, pay finance 10, and then 20 for the trailer, so 30. But that means like 5 years I'm driving around, paying that trailer off, and then what? Have no money? Like, fuck, dude. I need to get a house. It'd be better to get a house. When you change this to like 15 years. If I did that though, I just got a trailer, and it was like, let's say 40,000 for 15 years. It's like a little over $300 a month. That's nothing. Let's say I get $125,000 house for 15 years. That's $1,000. It's not bad. Well, I guess I wouldn't get a house. I'd get like a condo. And some of these condos, they're like $200 for the HOA, $300 for the HOA, $400 for the HOA. It's like, damn, dude. Like, this one is yeah, see, this one's not bad. It's $164.44, and the condo's $105, and it's completely remodeled. So $105 for 15 years is $830. Damn, but you're paying. Fuck, that's insane. A 15-year loan on 105, you're paying 150. So you're paying almost 50,000 in interest. You're paying 45,000 in interest. That's with a 5% interest. I don't know what interest rates are right now. It was somewhere around there. Let's see if you change that to 4, how much of a difference that makes. That makes a big difference because it like takes 10,000 off. It's like 35 in interest. But still, you know, you're buying a $100,000 house, and you're paying like a third of that in interest, maybe even a half. So you're paying like 35 to 50,000 in interest on a $100,000 house, condo, townhouse, whatever you want to call it. That's why I don't like that shit. It's like, fuck, dude, I don't want to pay that. That's insane. But let's say you did that for 5 years. You're paying $2 grand a month, but you're only paying 11 grand in interest. What if you do like 7 years? Yeah, see, I don't know. That fucking interest, man, that should get you. That's why, like, the only thing that I have right now, the only debt that I have is my student loans. I have 2 student loans. Less than 10K altogether, so it's not bad. But it's like, fuck, I don't want to take out any more debt. I'd rather just live out of my truck. don't know. Oh, man. I'm getting hungry, though. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I'll start uploading it or something, and then go grab some food. Make another video. So, alright, man. Alright, guys. I'll catch y'all later. Enjoy your day.